Hey, welcome back to the Breaking Bad Insider Podcast. My name is Kelly Dixon. We're here to talk about episode number 307, which is entitled 1 Minute. I'm here with my executive producer, Vince Gilligan.
Hello.
The writer of this episode, Tom Schnauz. The director of this episode, Michelle McLaren.
Hello.
And the actor, Dean Norris, who plays Hank on our show.
Hello.
But the first thing I want to talk about, since we have Tom Schnauz here, is I just want to, I think I know this story, but I just want to make sure. Tom, you and Vince went to NYU together?
We did. I've known Vince for a very long time.
You're a transplant over here with us from the X-Files.
That's right.
Cool.
That's right.
Well, welcome.
Had a great experience over there.
And this is your first script with us here.
That's right.
And a hell of a script it is.
This is your first script with us here?
Wow. It is, yeah.
Nice.
We start this episode a little bit differently, but when I read it, I was like, they are crazy. How are they going to be able to do this? You've got two kids and you're trying to drown one of them.
We had to find the kids locally because of cost. It was too expensive to bring them from Los Angeles. So Kira, one of our wonderful casting people in Albuquerque, actually started searching the schools and put it out on the radio, and we had a principal call and said they had twin 10-year-olds in a school. When they came in for the audition, I showed them the picture of the big cousins that they were going to play, and I thought this would be very exciting to them because they're so cool. And they looked at me, and their faces fell, and they said, "Do we have to be bald?" and I said, no, you guys, this is before you've grown up and lost your hair. So I showed the cousins walking away from the hay truck and the explosion. Now they thought this is the coolest thing in the world. So they were very excited. But we did have to, the water question is a good one. We wanted to make sure that they were not afraid of this, because really it was about just getting his head going in and getting his head coming out, and everything else is a cheat with the camera. Because he was able to hold his head for 4 seconds, and that was it. Because it's scary. You actually, there's several of the shots. There's water in the bottom of the bucket, but the kid's head is over it, and it's actually never in the water.
Oh, cool. That's great. We have a baby now in our show, and a lot of people, I think, on the internet are like saying, well, how come we don't see the baby? And you have to understand that, it's not to take anything away from the realism, but it's hard. Babies are difficult.
You only have the baby for 20 minutes.
You're allowed the baby for 20 minutes on camera.
And this is why a lot of times you shoot with twins or something like that.
Right, but we couldn't find any twins in Albuquerque, so we had several babies.
I just want to let people know out there, it's not that we are not trying to do this, it just takes...
And Bryan is so creepy that the baby just reacts that way.
But let's talk about the shootout. Let's talk about the shootout.
Let's talk about the shootout.
Yeah.
Poor Dean, because we did not get to that until January. So he was actually lying on the cement in Albuquerque, New Mexico in the middle of January. 6 in the morning in, I don't know how cold it was, but
it was cold.
We were wearing down parkas.
That kind of a scene in a movie would have shot for a fucking month.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did it in 2 days.
And Vince and Tom had said that they want that 1 minute. Well, you start to get nervous after you get the phone call, then you start to get nervous and you're looking around, to be an actual minute. They built a special rig inside the car that we hit so that the cousin could actually sit inside, hide his legs inside
the trunk.
Inside the trunk of the car.
So he's in the car.
He's actually in the car, but it looks like he's sandwiched between as we're pushing him back.
He's not in the Hank's car. He's in the trunk of the car that gets hit.
The cousin that's never acted.
Hanging down.
This is the cousin that's never acted before, too.
Yeah.
And yet that's a heck of a stunt no matter what, because your car is hitting this fella at a certain speed, and all this has to be predetermined. But
it looked so violent with Daniel. I got worried.
When I saw it, I saw the footage and I was like,
I thought, oh dear, you got
whipped.
hurt
Him, man.
Yeah, and
he
so we cut. After we cut, I ran over and said, "You all right? You all right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm fine. And I still to this day,
those two are badass.
They are so badass.
What about the axe? Where's the axe?
How did they drop it into the asphalt like that?
How the heck does the axe stay in the pavement like that?
We actually did that back at the stage. The Albuquerque Studios let us cut a hole out of the parking lot cement. We put a fake piece, Dennis Peterson and his awesome team put a fake piece in so that when the axe drops, it falls into something that it can actually
what was it made
insert
of?
Into.
Like styrofoam or something?
Silly putty? I don't know.
Okay.
My hand, according to
I was going to ask you about, you mentioned the masculinity thing.
I think it's a real interesting study, we were talking a little bit earlier, about masculinity in America today, and that there's this whole, on the one hand, men are supposed to be, or it should be, attentive to their kids and attentive to their wife and nice guys, but on the other hand, in order to take care of that family, they have to be freaking demons and bad, and it's just part of what's going on today in American culture, and you're trying to balance those two things. In a show called Breaking Bad, man, Hank's the only guy that all he wants is a clean soul at the end of the day, and everybody else took the money, given that, and he gives up everything because he wants a clean soul. And I thought it was just a beautiful script.
I've just seen it so many times in movies and TV shows that the cop is on the take,
right?
And certainly it's been known to happen in real life.
Yeah, sure.
But it seems, oddly enough, the more groundbreaking version of it is to have the guy be clean.
Yeah.
So everybody, let's go break bad.